Danny Jack, and this is Points to Make. I just wanted to make kind of an introductory video to explain to you what this channel's even for. Points to Make is my educational video channel. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, so I know little bits and pieces of a lot of stuff. I wanted to make this channel because a lot of my friends aren't in college or dropped out of high school or at least had a hard time. I think all my friends are super smart, but they all have these insecurities of, since I'm the one that's going to college, I'm the smart one, which means they're dumb. And I'm like, what? When my friends try to convince me that I'm the smart one of the group, I ask them why, and they're like, well, because you know a bunch of stuff about physics and math and science and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, I had to have somebody explain it to me. This channel is for people that aren't in school or need help with school or are in school but like learning anyway and want more stuff and are addicted to the internets like me. A lot of people get freaked out at smart people words like physics, calculus, differential equations, astrophysics, musical intervals, prefrontal cortex, neurological pathways, retrograde motion. I've noticed that a lot of people won't even try to understand these subjects because they don't even think they can. They get scared at the word, or they didn't do so hot in middle school in that subject, so they just think, well, my brain just doesn't get that, which was me for a long time. When I was in middle school and high school, I would leave biology class every day to go cry in the bathroom because I just didn't get it. My brain wasn't there yet. My science teachers in particular got so frustrated with me, and I've sat down after hours at school and been lectured at about, why don't you get this? And I'm explaining it as simply as I can, and my brain just wasn't made to that point yet. Your brain is still developing after you graduate high school. So everybody's different. I'm not saying that you don't understand science till after you graduate, but for me, developmentally, I wasn't there yet. I could do everything else, but if you explain to me anything in biology or chemistry or even like the different kinds of clouds there were, I had no idea what you were talking about. But then about a year after I graduated high school, all of a sudden I just it just clicked in one conversation I was having with somebody. But it wasn't until after I graduated and after I'd already taken all these classes that my brain was at a place that I could understand these concepts. And then I revisited them and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then I just really liked it and I just want to learn more and more and give me more because I finally get it, and now I just want to know all the things. All the things! My goal is to explain things on this YouTube page that a lot of people have given up on understanding or thinking that they have the ability to understand. Every time I've explained one of these subjects to a friend or tutoring somebody, people tend to be really surprised that they understand these things. I keep trying to tell these people, the only reason I understand these things and you don't is because somebody sat me down and talked to me for an hour and every day for a year and explained it to me. The only reason I understand physics and my friends don't is because I'm taking physics classes. I don't want anyone to think that knowledge is reserved for those who can afford it. So we're gonna be talking about some really freaking awesome things that I think are really cool. I'm gonna be mainly talking about things like physics, astrophysics, music, neurosculpting, which is a thing I'll explain. We might talk about music academically. We might talk about performing music. We might talk about piercings. We might talk about the history of music. We might talk about the planets and the stars and the galaxies and the Big Bang. We're gonna talk about magnets and black holes and the brain, how to do this, that, and the other thing. Just so many times it's happened where someone thinks they don't understand this entire blanket subject, and then I'll explain one little thing to them about one topic in that subject, and they're like, oh, okay. And then they're waiting for me to get to the hard part, and I'm like, no, that's it. And they're like, what? But I understand that. These aren't hard concepts. You just have to have somebody sit down and explain it to you. There are some people that learn very well sitting at a desk taking notes when someone's lecturing. I happen to be one of them, but I know that a lot of people don't learn that way. So you sit in class and your teacher's droning on and you can't pay attention because it's the worst thing in the world. So this YouTube channel is for people who would like to learn new things, revisit old things that they don't remember, revisit old things that they didn't get, expand their boundaries, credentials. First of all, if I don't totally get something, I won't explain it to you. Number 1. I am double majoring in physics with an emphasis in astrophysics and film. So this is kind of my marriage of my two things that I have no idea what I'm gonna do with in the future. 2. As far as music goes, I have been being trained vocally for 14 years. 14? I was in a professional choir in California as their youngest standing member, which was awesome. If I ever make a video of how to read sheet music, what an interval is, history of these composers, whatever, if I ever try to teach you something musically, it's because I've been being trained operatically. But tell us. Number 3. This is my diploma with a big old sun on it. Look, I have letters behind my name. That makes me a professional. So this is why I'm gonna talk to you about the brain and about things you can do to make your brain happy and awesome, and some stuff about nutrition and junk like that. Here are some things we might be discussing. My videos I'm going to try to keep really super short, like between 2 and 10 minutes, so you don't have to sit there for an hour and they're not going to be part 1, part 2, part 3. I'm just going to explain something to you in as little time as possible while still being thorough. I'm even going to teach you tricks how to activate certain parts of your brain to get it set up for a learning activity. And then I'm going to teach you how to store it in your memory better. So if you would like to see a bunch of really awesome videos talking about a bunch of really awesome stuff in a way that you can understand, subscribe to PointstoMake. If there's something you want me to cover in one of my videos, let me know. Write me a comment, write me an email, and I will try to cover it for you. I need to go because I am going cuckoo bananas. Alright, I need to go.